Right now?
Right now.
50% off, honey! Right now!
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all mini price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
Let's talk about UFOs.
Oh, it's exciting.
Steven Spielberg, tonight.
Wednesday, America's biggest superfans meet their superstar idols and compete for a once-in-a-lifetime prize and the title of Ultimate Superfan.
It is up to you, America.
A new superfan, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
Who has what it takes to become America's best? This is the Challenge USA.
We'll go for gold this Saturday in Calumet. It's the Pasty Fest Olympics. I've got the outlook for that event, plus classic cars on thirds and Cal's 5K run. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mitchell Reif. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, 2 Marquette area public school board members respond to a recall petition filed against them over their vote last month to change the school's nickname when the County Election Commission meets to review that petition. And 29 recruits graduated from the police academy. Hear from the officers that will be serving their Upper Peninsula community and why they chose to join the force. And every year on Friday at the UP State Fair is Ladies' Day. But this time, there was something special for everybody. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is News at 11.
In your first warning weather forecast, we've had a couple stormy days, Ariane. Hopefully that won't continue through the weekend, though.
I don't think so, Mitch. However, it is going to be sizzling. We've got very hot temperatures expected on our Saturday, 70 to 95 over the weekend, but we'll expect those temperatures in that 85 to 95 degree range. So it's going to be very hot and humid. Make sure you are getting in the shade, taking breaks, maybe heading into the AC, and of course staying hydrated. Today, we saw a high of 74 at the National Weather Service, not quite hitting that 88, but I'll take those 70s. Currently, our temperatures are in that 55 to 65, 70 degree range. I've got your full forecast on the way.
In developing now, the decision whether the Oxford school shooter will spend the rest of his life in prison or be eligible for parole is in the hands of an Oakland County judge. The Miller hearing for the convicted killer ended this afternoon with an emotional testimony and arguments regarding his potential for parole. Andres Gutierrez has the updates.
I asked the defendant if he was hallucinating at the time of the shooting, and he told me he was not. He told me he wasn't hallucinating during the shooting. He told me he wasn't hallucinating in the days prior to the shooting.
In fact, Dr. Lisa Anneker pointed out the shooter shortly after committing mass murder talked clearly with police, followed commands, and showed no signs of bizarre behavior.
Did he have alternative courses of action that he could have chosen instead of shooting the people at the school? And he demonstrated he had multiple alternatives. We might not agree with them, but he was able to deal with those urges in other ways rather than killing people.
Mental health is one of the Miller factors Judge Kwame Rowe has to weigh while making his decision. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald urging the shooter should remain behind bars forever.
He researched and knew what kind of weapon he needed, and the one his parents already had for him was not going to do the job. So he advocated for a higher power firearm with more deadly bullets. He practiced. He went to the shooting range and he practiced. And if you have any question about that, look at the shooter's stance during that shooting, during that video of those awful minutes where he murdered 4 kids. He wrote about his plan over and over and over again.
During closing statements, the defense attorney argued the shooter's brain is still maturing and his parents neglected him.
And Your Honor, as you go in back and review everything that you have been presented with, we are asking that you set aside the emotions and you follow the law.
He shows none of the mitigating factors and evidence that you see in hundreds of other juvenile life without parole cases. And I'm going to ask the court once again to rely on the testimony and the truth.
The judge will announce whether the shooter will get parole on September 29th, and then sentencing is set for December 8th. And still developing, an effort to recall 2 Marquette area public school board members over their vote on changing the district's nickname. Recall petitions were filed Wednesday in Marquette County against Jennifer Clip, and Jennifer Ray for failure to retain the Redmond and Redettes name for Marquette Senior High School by voting to retire the nicknames. The petition cites a 2020 survey that reported 59% of the district's registered voters supported those nicknames. The petition comes just after a month after the 4-3 vote by the board to retire the nicknames, with Cheryl Maddox-Smith and Glenn Sarka also voting in favor of the retirement. The Marquette County Election Commission will hold a meeting to discuss the petition on Friday, September 1st, and we'll have those details on our website, WZMQ19.com. And board member Jennifer Klipp sent a statement to WZMQ on behalf of herself and Jennifer Ray, saying, part, Jennifer Ray and I honor the democratic and lawful processes enshrined within Michigan's election laws. As those processes unfold, we will continue to serve as school board trustees for Marquette Area Public Schools with integrity, fidelity, and evidence-based decision-making in order to address the myriad of opportunities and challenges MAPS currently faces. You can see their full statement right now on our website, and WZMQ19 has reached out to the individual who filed the petition and will continue to provide updates as this story still develops. And today on Northern Michigan's campus, the newest police recruits graduated from this year's police academy. I had the chance to speak with some of these newly graduates and recruits who say graduating and working in the UP, their own backyard, is one of the most honorable acts of service they won't be forgetting. 29 men and women shook hands with sheriffs, fellow officers, and embraced family and friends as they accepted the honor of serving the Upper Peninsula community.
Excited, just to get out there and work alongside, a lot of these guys that graduated today will be sticking around in the county here, so.
Devin Tassin from Ishpeming is headed to the Marquette City Police and says it's a great honor to serve in his hometown.
Again, surreal. I mean, it's just, you vision a moment all the time in your head, and, it's great to be here. I mean, I'm just excited now to get out there and do what I've been doing, training for the last 4 months.
Police work can sometimes come with a negative stereotype, but Marquette Police Captain James Finkbeiner says this class has risen to that challenge and is ready to serve the community.
It's not what you see in the movies. It's not what you see on television all the time. It's that interaction, and our job has become so diversified over the last, say, 5 to 10 years, especially, that we need those people that are good communicators, that are good listeners, and that truly have a passion for serving people, and that's what we're looking for every single day.
And Police Academy Coordinator Lieutenant Kenneth Love says these graduates are addressing an immediate need in the UP.
We're just lucky to have this many recruits to go through, and departments are just starving for them to start. A lot of these recruits will start tomorrow.
The Academy class motto states, integrity above all else, and Tassin says it's not just a saying, it's a way of life.
Just holding yourself to that high standard. It's always doing what's right when nobody's around. Just act as if there's always, a camera on you. Someone's always watching, somebody's always looking. Honestly, I'm excited. Excited to hopefully make a difference in my community.
I think one of the biggest pieces of advice is to be really good listeners. Make the job your own. You're going to find the pieces you like and the pieces you don't like, and you're still going to have to do both, but it's going to help make you a better officer. One piece of advice after 23 years of doing this job, always be willing to learn.
And the recruits will now be heading out into the field for field training, and that starts for some as early as tomorrow. And a new roundabout is coming to Ishpeming. One MDOT says that's been waiting a long time. MDOT will begin preliminary work next month on the $6.4 million project at the intersection of US 41 and Lakeshore Drive. MDOT says the agency has had this project in its list for many years, and in 2018, MDOT installed a new left turn traffic signal that reduced crashes there but increased in the amount of time drivers spent at the light. MDOT says safety was the main consideration for pursuing a roundabout there.
It's an intersection that's had a history of some serious crashes and fatal crashes over the years. As recently as 2017, it was one of the highest crash severity intersections in the Upper Peninsula.
A public meeting will be held on Monday, August 28th in Ishpeming to discuss the project with the community. You can find those details on the meeting right now on our website and mobile app. After 4 years of waiting, Cognition Brewery unveiled their latest U-Paws inspired beer tonight. Each year, UPaws auctions off the chance to name a beer after a pet at their Paws for a Cause Gala. The 2019 raffle winner Mark and Chris Trout had to wait for their beer due to the pandemic, and instead of naming a beer after a pet, the Trouts decided to honor UPaws staff with a limited edition raspberry wit beer called UPaws Staff Pick.
Just think it's a really wonderful opportunity to highlight that in our community, because the work that they do behind the scenes helps so many animals and people.
The beer will be available as long as supplies do last. $1 from every pint sold will be donated back to UPaws. And Marquette Snowbound Books is getting ready for its third Books and Brews book fair for adults. Hosted at the Ordock Brewing Company, the event started as a way to look back on elementary scholastic book fairs with some nostalgia. The fair will take over the second floor of the brewing company with a special selection of books. Following the fair, there will be a literary-themed trivia from 6 to 8 p.m. and Snowbound is inviting folks to celebrate their inner child at the fair with books, a photo booth, bookmarking from a favorite making station, and their favorite Ordock beer.
We're bringing a lot of stock down. We're going to take over the entire top of the Ordock, and it's a good time to partner with another local business and maybe explore some new titles that you haven't seen before. Maybe they got lost in the stacks at the store.
Books and Brews will be taking place from 1 until 6 p.m. this Sunday at the Ordock Brewing Company. New students attending Bay College West in Iron Mountain were on campus this morning for orientation. Students are getting familiar with the resources available at the West Campus. The school's new president, Dr. Nerida Hughes, came from Escanaba's main campus to speak to those students about her philosophy on education. Dr. Hughes is excited to welcome the students to the campus, and she's working to integrate more opportunities for students to get involved with local businesses in the area.
Smaller institution at a 2-year, I mean, that's the advantage of a community college, is you really can provide those services that sometimes a 4-year can't provide, or you have it more from an intimate perspective where you really get to know the student.
Dr. Hughes is meeting with leaders at Systems Control during her visit to discuss enhancing student opportunities at the West Campus. The Lake and Inland Sculpture Park has spent all week preparing for what may be its final music festival. The festival kicked off tonight with 3 bands playing until 11 p.m. and will continue tomorrow at noon with 7 bands playing till 11. Campsites, concert seatings, and parking will be first come, first serve, and guests are asked to carpool if possible. Food is limited to the island food truck, but guests are able to bring in personal foods and drinks, including alcoholic beverages.
Hopefully it just goes like the last years, you know, everybody just having a good time, bring a lawn chair and some beer and sit down and enjoy the music, let the kids play. No fights, no problems, you know.
There is no fee to get into the festival, but $10 donation pins will be for sale to help support the sculpture park. Every year at the UP State Fair, Friday is Ladies' Day, but this time there was something special for everybody. The morning began with Ladies' Day activities including raffles, manicures, and mimosas. The main event was flying flapjacks from Chris Cakes, who holds the Guinness World Record for the highest tossed and caught flapjack and most pancakes made in an hour. More than 300 women attended Ladies' Day each year, and many lined up as early as 7 a.m. this year to get into the event.
Tradition in my family, me and my 2 daughters, we come and every year. We tried to be the first ones, but we've only been first once in the 26 years. And this is just one thing that the ladies get to do. It just brings us all together and we have fun.
This year, the fair introduced an evening of fun for the men as well, with Island Resort and Casino hosting blackjack and a golfing simulator. Also at the fair today, the most awarded cattle competed for top honors. Each grand champion cow and steer strutted around the beef ring with each breed represented. Cows were judged on rib size, conditioning, and breeding functionality. Tyler Labidi of Hastings and his heifer J-Lo won Supreme Overall Female. Labidi says after a long year with 12 different showings, he was thrilled to receive the honor.
Amazing. We put a lot of work into her. For the past like 2.5 months, we've been rinsing her every single day, sometimes twice a day. Lots of hair care, lots of changing feed up to get her to where she is today. But we're really proud of her.
Junior Market Livestock Auction, which begins at 11 a.m. at the Grandstand. WZMQ 19 is a proud sponsor of the 2023 UP State Fair. And one of the best parts about the fair is, of course, all the food. And tonight, the Upper Goddess had stepped out of the kitchen to check out some of her favorite vendors at the fair this week.
Hi, we're at the fair, Vicki. Hey, Upper Goddess. I got my sister-in-law behind the camera. And we are at DeBaker's Family Dairy, one of my favorite vendors at the fair. And they also raise these cute little ones for beef, right? And it's amazing. And their burgers are out of this world. We had quite a few last year, and I am jonesing to have another one. And they also make their own ice cream. We were just talking to the gal. They're from Daggett. Daggett? Yeah. That's here in the Upper Peninsula. It is. And she was just getting all her ice cream ready to turn. And if you saw the picture of the cream puff. Oh my gosh. It's like this big. Remember we each had one last year? We could have split it. It would have been. We could have, and it was delicious. So if you want a really good fresh burger, she rolled 600 burgers for tonight. Wow. So she's not sure if she did enough or what, but you know, she'll find out later, I guess. I'm at another one of my favorite places, and I'm with Tom Ringette, and he is the guy that guarantees that this fish was swimming
this morning.
This morning. Hello. And it is fabulous. I had it last year and I cannot wait to have it again. And how many pounds of fish did you go through last year?
25 pounds lacking a ton.
Ooh.
Ton of fillets.
And ribbon fries.
Yes, people love the ribbon fries.
Super popular. I know last year I asked for a sample because you give a huge portion. There's your fish. So yeah, it was just, it's just so good.
It
I
is.
can't wait to eat here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Your full weather forecast is coming up just after the break, as well as wildfires are inching closer to Canada's Northwest Territories. How surrounding airlines are adjusting their schedules just after officials have urged residents to leave as soon as possible. And with the wildfires in Maui also continuing, many people are looking for ways to help, and scam artists are hoping to take advantage of that generosity. That story is just 2 minutes away.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Celebrate the 95th UP State Fair, presented by the Island Resort and Casino. Gear up for the best fair ever. Enjoy food, fun, rides, and great entertainment. It's August 14th through August 20th. Don't wait. Get your tickets now at upstatefair.net. WZMQ TV 19, reserved champion sponsor of the 2023 UP State Fair.
Pick a lucky duck to win big bucks this August at Ojibwa Casinos. Join us for the $26,000 Pools of Cash and Free Play giveaway every Saturday from 3 to 10 p.m. If you hear your name, you'll pluck a rubber ducky from the pool. Get ready to make a splash because each lucky duck holds between $500 and $2,000 in cash or free play. Cool off with a big win playing Pools of Cash and Free Play this August at Ojibwa Casinos, Baraga and Marquette.
Jake was an accountant. I'm gonna guess that you work in union negotiations.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Pictionary. Well, everybody be really nice to Jimmy. I don't care what this drawing looks like.
Weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
We've got mostly clear skies tonight. It's going to be kind of warm, 50 to 65 degrees. Tomorrow, sizzling sunshine. We've also got big waves on Lake Michigan down in South Schoolcraft County, so stay off the lake. I know it's going to be tempting to go swimming with those temperatures tomorrow, 80 to 95 degrees. And then on Sunday, we'll stay warm, but dropping down just a little bit. And with those Canadian wildfires, we could see some haze this evening, even into the rest of our weekend. Muggy meters showing, just under oppressive, very humid conditions on Saturday afternoon. Then we'll dip on down for the rest of the weekend, jumping back up here on Wednesday afternoon. But it's looking really good for the week so far. Just a reminder that there's that air quality alert there in Wisconsin going until this evening at 10 p.m. Central Time. So taking a look at those gusts, everything's fairly calm at the moment, but tomorrow we could see around 2 p.m. anywhere from 19 in Marquette up to close to 30 there in Manistee, hence that swim risk high warning with those big waves. And then we've got a wind change direction Sunday with the winds coming out of the north, so another chance for that haziness and smelling of the smoke in the air. So taking a look at the radar, like I mentioned, we're fairly dry right now, and that's going to be the story. Maybe some sprinkles over there in the east, but other than that, really dry conditions as the radar is showing no precipitation at the moment. But we could see a sprinkle or two this weekend. So mostly clear, like I mentioned, this evening. And then tomorrow we'll have lots of sunshine, fairly clear conditions till about 7 p.m. Some clouds pushing in, maybe showers overnight down in Menominee and Delta counties. 3 p.m. on Sunday, we've got some cloud coverage as well as some showers pushing eastward throughout that early evening. And then nice and dry, mostly clear skies on Sunday night. Taking a look at the lows tonight, 50 to about 65 degrees. Like I mentioned, mostly clear skies, maybe some clouds moving in and out. So Saturday, we've got that high swim risk. Waves could be up to 5 feet. So basically stay off the water, stay away from the piers, river outlets that are going in or out of the lake. Lake Michigan, that is. I know those temperatures are going to be really nice. It's going to be super sunny, but maybe head up to Marquette for Classic Cars on 3rd. All event proceeds go to the Women's Center of Marquette. So a really great cause. Plus, you get to see cool cars. Lots of sunshine. We're going to be in that 76-degree range around 11 a.m. and then warming up just a little bit more there midday. Our highs for tomorrow in that 80 to 95-degree range. 85 in Marquette, 88 in Long. Nice and cool up there in Eagle Harbor, but everybody else, it is going to be really toasty. And if you're looking for something else to do, maybe Calumet heading to the Pasty Fest Olympics. 87 degrees, breezy conditions, and sunshine. I've got your 7-day outlooks coming up in 15.
Thank you very much, Ariane. As wildfires are inching closer to Canada's Northwest Territories, several airlines that fly out of the cities are adjusting schedules and fares as residents try to book flights out in the wake of an evacuation order. The Northwest Territories government issued the order Wednesday night, with residents in certain high-risk areas urged to leave as soon as possible, and other residents told to evacuate by noon today. With only one road out of Yellowknife leading away from the fire, some people have been turning to airlines like Air Canada, WestJet, and Canadian North to get out.
We were there for 8 hours in the line, and then we were told to go home. And today also we have been here since 5:30 a.m. in the morning, but still there's no news. And also the officials are saying that if we have the choice, then we should go by the road.
Last night, fire crews were setting up sprinkler systems on the outskirts of Yellowknife. The devastating wildfires in Maui have many people looking for ways to help, and scam artists are hoping to take advantage of that generosity. Michael George has the report.
Donations are pouring into Maui to help the thousands of people left homeless from wildfires.
This is the type of things that our community does best, is we stick together.
Besides basic needs, legitimate organizations are also asking for money, but so are criminals posing as charities.
We want people to know that whenever there's a natural disaster, scammers are quick to follow.
Colleen Tressler with the Federal Trade Commission says scam artists may contact you about donations through phone calls, email, and social media. Are there red flags that people should look out for that might be signs that it's not a legitimate charity?
Absolutely. These scammers very often create a sense of urgency, and you're really not thinking as clearly as you would normally. Some of these scammers use very similar sounding names to organizations, charities that we all know.
Another red flag, criminals often ask for payment with cash, gift cards, wire transfer, or cryptocurrency.
We really recommend that you pay by credit card, which gives you a lot more consumer protections.
Tressler says you should only donate to charities you trust. You can verify the legitimacy of a nonprofit through sites like Charity Watch, Charity Navigator, and others.
Every dollar that a scammer takes out of a generous person's pocket means that money isn't going to the people in need.
A little research can help guarantee the money you send gets to the right place.
We'll be right back right after this.
Summer won't last forever, but with a great selection of vehicles during Toyota's national sales event, there is still time to capture new memories. With friends and family. Before it all flies by.
Make some memories in the aggressively sophisticated new Highlander or electrified Highlander Hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99% plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
We could all use more joy, more silly, more laughter and love. When you make more room in your heart and home for a Michigan child in foster care, you don't just give this joy, you receive it. Become a foster parent to a child until they can safely reunite with their family. Get started at michigan.gov/hope for a home.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
Your one place for everything Caribbean is on One Caribbean Television. Visit our website to subscribe and download our app. Watch One Caribbean Television anytime, anywhere, live or on demand on your TV, phone, tablet, or computer.
19 News, named the UP's best news by the MAB.
New research shows adopting a lifestyle that could help you live longer. Bradley Blackburn has more.
The health benefits of the Mediterranean diet are well known. Now new research shows adopting the whole Mediterranean lifestyle is associated with a lower risk of death. That means following a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and limiting added salts and sugars, but also practicing other healthy habits like getting enough rest, engaging in physical activity, and spending time with friends. Researchers with Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health analyzed the habits of more than 110,000 adults and followed up 9 years later. Those who followed the Mediterranean lifestyle had a 29% lower risk of all-cause mortality and a 28% lower risk of cancer mortality compared to those who didn't. The study category of physical activity, rest, and socializing with friends was most strongly associated with these lowered risks and was also linked with a lower risk of death from cardiovascular disease. Study participants were all from the UK. Evidence researchers say that you don't have to live in Italy, Spain, or Greece to enjoy the health benefits of the Mediterranean way of life.
The Mediterranean lifestyle also involves social interactions, which researchers say is important for people to do as well. And we'll be right back right after this, just 2 minutes away.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Tonight, I sit down for an interview with legendary director Steven Spielberg. Hold on to your butts.
Tonight on CBS. Jake was an accountant. I'm gonna guess that you work in union negotiations.
Fact. I do.
Pictionary. Well, everybody be really nice to Jimmy. I don't care what this drawing looks like.
Weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
Now more than ever, you need to know what's happening here in Washington. Decisions affecting your life by the people you set here. I'm Rachel Knapp. Tracking the daily decisions by your senators and representatives. That's my job, and I report to you. Healthcare, education, the economy, taxes, jobs, all hang in the balance. Watch my reports from Capitol Hill only on WZMQ 19 News.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I'm obsessed with this little star. Wednesdays, Christina Ricci is here. Does your son know he has a cool mom?
He's like, oh my God, Mom, were you really gonna kill your brother? It's a movie.
And, you ready? I don't know. The hilarious Miss Pat.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6. WZMQ 19 News, live and local news, first warning weather, exclusive interviews. Named Best Newscast by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Make the switch to WZMQ 19 News.
You're watching home to CBS Mornings, WZMQ 19.
Well, I don't know about you, but I like a cool, iced down cup of coffee, and Saturday is going to be perfect for that. Temperatures 80 to 95 degrees. It's going to be hot and humid, maybe a large or extra large one of those. And with these very hot, humid conditions, just a reminder, we've got dangers of heat. We've got heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Take a look here at the differences. Make sure you're paying attention to yourself, of course, and others around you. Make sure you take some breaks in the shade. Classic Cars on 3rd again this Saturday, and those temperatures are going to be really nice for that event. Sunny, a little bit breezy. It goes from 10 to 3. Our 7-day outlook for Escanaba, hot and sunny for the rest of that UP State Fair.
Lastly tonight, 2 Marquette historians are back again with a silent film presentation showcasing Upper Peninsula history. Jack Dio and Jim Koski are teaming up to present another Lights, Camera, Marquette at the Lake Superior Theater. Dio says the films were discovered in a dumpster and saved in the 1980s. The show is just part of the ongoing Superior Memories series and features historical footage narrated by Dio and Koski.
Part is Bob Buchko playing the actual piano accompaniment to these movies. He did that in January. This is probably the only other time we're going to have Bob accompanying it with a piano.
The show kicks off Monday night at 7:30. For more information on how to purchase those tickets, just visit WZMQ's website or our mobile app, WZMQ 19. Wow, it would be a thrill to be a pianist accompanist on a show like that.
Well, and you're an amazing musician, but Bob Buchko, really amazing. I remember watching him as a little child and just, whoa, he can play.
Plus silent films.
Oh, love it.
We'll see you right back here Monday night at 6/5 Central. Have a great night.
Tonight, I sit down for an interview with legendary director Steven Spielberg. Hold on to your butts.
Tonight on CBS. Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.